First contact. The crimson dust of Proxima swirled around Captain Sarah Chen's boots as she took her first steps on the alien world. The twin suns of the Proxima Centauri system cast an eerie orange glow across the barren landscape, creating long shadows that seemed to dance in the thin atmosphere. Sarah's breath fogged the inside of her helmet as she surveyed the rocky terrain. "Control, this is Chen. I've made landfall." "No sign of the anomaly yet," she reported, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. "Copy that, Chen," came the crackled response from her ship, the ESS Horizon, orbiting high above. "Proceed with caution. We're still picking up those strange energy readings." As humanity's first explorer to set foot on this distant world, Sarah felt the weight of history on her shoulders. The journey had taken years, even with the latest faster-than-light technology. But the potential payoff, proof of alien life or technology, made it all worthwhile. She trudged forward, her suit's sensors constantly scanning for any signs of the mysterious energy signature that had brought them here. The landscape was a geologist's dream, towering rock formations twisted into impossible shapes by eons of alien weather patterns. But Sarah's focus remained on her mission. After an hour of careful exploration, she crested a steep ridge and froze. There, nestled in a shallow valley, was a structure that was unmistakably artificial. Its sleek, silvery surface seemed to shimmer in the alien sunlight, defying the harsh environment around it. "Control. I found something," Sarah reported, her heart racing. It's a building. Definitely not natural. I'm going to investigate." "Negative, Chen," came the immediate response. "Wait for backup. We can't risk." But Sarah had already begun her descent into the valley. The structure seemed to call to her, its smooth surface unmarred by the centuries it must have endured on this desolate world. As she approached, she noticed intricate patterns etched into the metal swirling designs that seemed to shift and change as she moved. It was beautiful, mesmerizing, and utterly alien. Suddenly, a section of the wall rippled like water, and an opening appeared. Sarah hesitated for a moment, then stepped inside. The interior was bathed in a soft, blue light that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. "This is incredible," Sarah whispered, her scientist's mind racing to catalogue every detail. But as she ventured deeper into the structure, she realized she wasn't alone. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall, slender, with iridescent skin that shimmered like oil on water. Its large, almond-shaped eyes regarded Sarah with unmistakable intelligence. Sarah's training kicked in. She raised her hands slowly, palms out in a universal gesture of peace. "Hello," she said, her voice amplified through her suit's speakers. "I come in peace." The alien cocked its head, studying her. Then, to Sarah's amazement, it spoke, not in words, but in a series of musical tones that seemed to resonate within her mind. "Less than I am, Zara, greater than the alien communicated. Less than you should not be here, human. It is not safe, greater than." Sarah's mind reeled. Not only had she made first contact with an alien species, but they seemed to know about humans. "Why isn't it safe?" she asked, her scientific curiosity overriding her caution. Zara's form rippled, a gesture Sarah interpreted as distress. "Less than the awakening is near. The ancient ones stir. If they find you here," greater than before Zara could finish, the ground beneath them shuddered. The blue light pulsed, growing brighter. "Less than it's too late," greater than Zara's thought voice rang with fear. Less than their hair, greater than the wall behind Zara shimmered, and a massive form emerged. It towered over both of them, its body a writhing mass of tentacles and crystalline structures. Sarah's suit sensors went haywire, registering energy levels off the charts. "What is that?" Sarah gasped, stumbling backward. "Less than an ancient one," greater than Zara replied, moving protectively in front of Sarah. "Less than a being of pure energy, trapped here eons ago. And now it's a weight greater than." The ancient one's form pulsed, and Sarah felt an overwhelming presence push against her mind. Images flashed before her eyes, stars exploding, civilizations rising and falling, the very fabric of space-time bending to an incomprehensible will. Sarah fell to her knees, overwhelmed by the onslaught of information. Through the haze of alien memories, she saw Zara confronting the Ancient One, its melodious tones now sharp and urgent. "You cannot have this one greater than," Zara communicated. "Less than the humans are not ready greater than." The Ancient One's response was a cacophony of discordant tones that made Sarah's head throb. She understood, somehow, that it saw humans as a threat, a young, unpredictable species with the potential to upset the cosmic balance. Fighting through the mental assault, Sarah forced herself to her feet. "We're not a threat," she said, her voice hoarse. "We're explorers, seekers of knowledge. We want to understand the universe, not conquer it." The Ancient One's attention shifted to her, its alien consciousness probing her mind. Sarah gritted her teeth, focusing on memories of humanity's achievements, art, music, scientific discoveries, acts of kindness and sacrifice. She showed the Ancient One the best of what humanity could be. For a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, the chamber was silent. Then, slowly, the oppressive mental presence receded. Less than interesting, greater than the Ancient One's thoughts resonated. Less than perhaps there is potential in your kind after all, greater than. With a flash of light that momentarily blinded Sarah, the Ancient One vanished. As her vision cleared, she saw Zara slumped against the wall, its iridescent skin dulled. "Are you all right?" Sarah asked, moving to help the alien. "Less than I will recover," greater than Zara replied, its mental voice weak. "Less than, but you must leave human. The Ancient One has spared you, but others of its kind may not be so lenient. Your presence here has set events in motion that cannot be undone, greater than." Sarah's mind raced with the implications. What events? What's going to happen? Zara straightened, its form shimmering as it regained strength. "Less than, the awakening has begun. The Ancient Ones, slumbering for millennia, will rise. Some will see your species as a threat, others as an opportunity. The galaxy as we know it will change, greater than." "Then let us help," Sarah pleaded. "My people, we're adaptable. We can work together, find a way to coexist." Zara was silent for a moment, then nodded. "Less than perhaps, but it will not be easy. The road ahead is fraught with danger, greater than." A distant rumble shook the structure. Zara's form rippled with urgency. "Less than, you must go now. Return to your people. Warn them. Prepare them. We will meet again, Sarah Chen of Earth, greater than." As if responding to Zara's will, the wall behind Sarah rippled open. With a last look at the alien who had saved her life, Sarah ran. She sprinted across the alien landscape, her suit's thrusters helping her cover ground quickly. "Control, this is Chen," she panted as she ran. "Prepare for immediate evac. We've got a situation." "Copy, Chen. What's your status?" Sarah paused at the top of a ridge, looking back at the alien structure. In the distance, she saw more shimmering forms rising from the ground, more Ancient Ones awakening. "Let's just say," she replied, her voice grim, "the galaxy is about to get a lot more interesting." As the Horizon's shuttle swooped down to retrieve her, Sarah's mind raced with the enormity of what had just happened. First contact, ancient alien beings, and a looming galactic crisis. It was more than she had ever dreamed of discovering. But as she strapped herself into the shuttle's seat, Sarah felt a surge of determination. Humanity had faced challenges before, had always found a way to adapt and overcome. Whatever was coming, they would face it head-on. The shuttle rocketed into the sky, leaving Proxima behind. But Sarah knew this was just the beginning. A new chapter in human history had begun, and she was right at the forefront. As the ship broke orbit, setting course for the long journey home, Sarah closed her eyes. In her mind, she heard Zara's parting words. "Less than, we will meet again. Sarah Chen of Earth, greater than." "I'm counting on it," Sarah whispered to herself. Whatever the future held, humanity would be ready. The Quantum Nexus. Sarah Chen's return to Earth was anything but triumphant. Instead of a hero's welcome, she found herself in a sterile interrogation room, facing a panel of stern-faced officials from the United Earth government. "Let me get this straight, Captain Chen," General Zhao said, his holographic form flickering slightly. "You're claiming that you not only encountered an alien species, but also some sort of ancient energy beings." Sarah leaned forward, her eyes intense. "I know how it sounds, General, but I'm telling you the truth. The awakening is real, and it's coming for us all." Before Zhao could respond, a klaxon blared. The room's holoscreens flashed to life, showing a massive energy disturbance in Earth's orbit. "It's happening," Sarah whispered, her heart racing. The sky above every major city on Earth shimmered, and massive structures appeared. Alien ships unlike anything humanity had ever seen. They were like living fractals, constantly shifting and reforming. As panic spread across the globe, a message broadcast on all frequencies. "Less than people of Earth. We are the collective. The awakening has begun. Your species stands at a crossroads. Join us or face extinction, greater than." In the chaos that followed, Sarah found herself thrust into the role of humanity's reluctant ambassador. Her experience on Proxima made her the only human with any insight into the alien threat. Months passed in a blur of negotiations, technological advancements, and global restructuring. Humanity, faced with an existential threat, united as never before. Sarah worked tirelessly, coordinating with a global team of scientists to understand the technology left behind by the collective. It was during one of these late-night research sessions that she made a breakthrough. "It's not just advanced tech," she explained to her team, her eyes alight with excitement. "It's a quantum nexus, a bridge between dimensions. The collective isn't just traveling through space, they're manipulating reality itself." Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a brilliant quantum physicist, nodded enthusiastically. "If we can understand this, we might be able to level the playing field." As they worked, strange events began occurring worldwide. People reported seeing ghostly apparitions, objects moving on their own, and time seeming to flow differently in certain areas. The barrier between dimensions was weakening. It was during one of these anomalies that Sarah encountered Zara again. The alien shimmered into existence in her lab, its iridescent form a stark contrast to the sterile environment. "Less than Sarah Chen of Earth, greater than Zara's thought voice resonated in her mind. Less than the situation is dire. The collective's actions threaten the very fabric of your reality." Greater than Sarah's team stared in awe at the alien, but she focused on the urgent matter at hand. "How can we stop them, Zara?" "Less than there is a way," Greater than Zara replied. "Less than, but it requires a sacrifice. The quantum nexus can be sealed, but someone must traverse it to close it from the other side." Greater than, the implication hung heavy in the air. Whoever went through might never return. Before Sarah could respond, alarms blared. The collective had begun their final assault. Cities worldwide reported massive quantum rifts opening, pouring out alien forces and reality-warping energies. In the midst of the chaos, Sarah made her decision. "I'll do it," she said, her voice steady. "I'll close the nexus." Dr. Tanaka grabbed her arm. "Sarah, no. We need you here. There has to be another way." But Sarah knew there was no time for alternatives. As the world burned around them, she prepared for the most important mission of her life. Zara led them to a hidden quantum rift, shimmering like a tear in the fabric of reality. "Less than once you're through, you'll need to find the nexus core and overload it," Greater than Zara explained. "Less than, but be warned. The laws of physics as you know them may not apply on the other side." Greater than Sarah nodded, her face set with determination. She turned to her team, to the friends she'd made in these months of crisis. "Keep Earth safe," she said. "And if I don't make it back, remember that humanity's greatest strength is its ability to unite in the face of adversity." With a deep breath, Sarah stepped through the rift. The world around her twisted and warped, colors she had no names for assaulted her senses. She felt herself stretching, compressing, existing in multiple states at once. When the disorientation passed, she found herself in a realm beyond imagination. Impossible geometry stretched in every direction, and beings of pure energy flowed around her like living rivers. In the distance, she saw it, the Nexus core, a pulsing hub of quantum energy. But standing between her and her goal were ranks of collective soldiers, their forms shifting and changing as they noticed her presence. Sarah gritted her teeth, the weight of humanity's future heavy on her shoulders. "All right," she muttered, rolling up her sleeves. "Let's show these cosmic horrors what humans are made of." As she charged forward, reality itself seemed to bend to her will. She discovered that in this quantum realm, belief and willpower could shake the environment. Sarah focused her mind, imagining barriers to block the collective's attacks, bridges to cross impossible gaps. The battle was like nothing in human history, a war fought not just with weapons, but with the power of thought and the strength of will. Sarah pushed herself to the limit, her determination to save Earth driving her forward. Finally, battered and exhausted, she reached the Nexus core. The collective's leader, a being of swirling energy and fractured realities, confronted her. "Less than why do you resist?" greater than it asked, its voice a cacophony of possibilities. "Less than we offer transcendence, the power to shape reality itself." Greater than Sarah stood tall, her resolve unshaken. "We choose our own path," she declared. "Humanity's strength lies in our diversity, our creativity, our ability to forge our own destiny. We don't need your transcendence." With a primal yell, Sarah plunged her hands into the Nexus core. Raw quantum energy surged through her, threatening to tear her apart. But she held on, focusing all her will on one thought: close the rift, save Earth. The quantum realm around her began to collapse, the rift between dimensions sealing shut. The last thing Sarah saw before everything went white was a look of shock and begrudging respect on the collective leader's face. Back on Earth, the quantum rift snapped shut. The collective's forces, cut off from their home dimension, dissipated like smoke. Humanity had won, but at what cost? Months passed. The world rebuilt, incorporating some of the quantum technology left behind to create a new, advanced civilization. But they never forgot the sacrifice that made it all possible. Then, on a quiet night, as Dr. Tanaka worked late in the lab that had been Sarah's second home, a small quantum fluctuation caught her attention. As she watched in awe, a rift opened, smaller and more stable than those before, and out stepped Sarah Chen. She looked different, her hair streaked with starlight, her eyes holding the wisdom of 1,000 realities. But her smile was the same as she said, "Sorry I'm late. You wouldn't believe the traffic between dimensions." As news of Sarah's return spread, humanity realized that this was just the beginning of their cosmic journey. With their unwavering spirit and their returned hero, they were ready to take their place among the stars. The quantum nexus was closed, but a new door had opened, one that promised adventure, discovery, and a future where humanity's potential was as limitless as the universe itself. The Cosmic Crucible. The return of Sarah Chen, now dubbed the Quantum Queen by Earth's media, marked the beginning of a new era for humanity. Her experiences in the interdimensional realm had transformed her, granting her abilities that blurred the line between science and what many would call magic. As Sarah stood before the United Earth Council, her presence seemed to bend reality itself. The air shimmered around her, and those present swore they could see echoes of other versions of her from parallel universes. "The threat of the collective may be gone," Sarah declared, her voice resonating with otherworldly power, "but our journey has only begun. The cosmos is vast and filled with wonders and dangers beyond our wildest imaginations." Dr. Yuki Tanaka, now heading Earth's new Department of Quantum Dynamics, stepped forward. "Sarah's right. Our probes have detected massive disturbances in the fabric of spacetime. Something big is coming." As if on cue, the sky above every major city on Earth lit up with a spectacular aurora. But this was no natural phenomenon. Hidden in the swerving lights were messages, complex mathematical equations and star charts. "It's an invitation," Sarah breathed, her enhanced senses decoding the message instantly. "The Galactic Conclave wants to test us." The Galactic Conclave, as Earth soon learned, was a coalition of advanced alien civilizations that oversaw cosmic balance. Humanity's defeat of the collective had put them on the galactic map, but now they needed to prove their worth. The challenge? To navigate the cosmic crucible, a series of trials spread across the most dangerous and wondrous locations in the galaxy. Success would grant humanity a seat at the conclave and access to knowledge beyond their wildest dreams. Failure? Well, the stakes were nothing less than Earth's very existence. Sarah, naturally, volunteered to lead the mission, but she wouldn't be going alone. A team of Earth's finest was assembled. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the quantum physicist whose brilliance was matched only by her bravery. Captain Zara Okoi, Earth's top pilot and tactical genius. Dr. Elias Reeves, a linguist with an uncanny ability to decipher alien languages. And rounding out the team, an AI construct named AI, Advanced Responsive Intelligence Assistant, housed in a sleek humanoid body. As they prepared to depart in humanity's most advanced starship, the Quantum Voyager, Sarah addressed the billions watching worldwide. "We go not just as representatives of Earth, but as pioneers of the human spirit. Our curiosity, our resilience, our capacity for growth, these are the true strengths we bring to the cosmic stage." The Quantum Voyager lifted off, its quantum drive humming with power. As they broke through Earth's atmosphere, the ship's sensors detected their first destination, a massive space station orbiting a pulsar, its surface etched with glowing symbols. "The nexus of epochs," Sarah explained, her enhanced mind translating the alien script. "Our first trial awaits." As they docked with the ancient station, the team was greeted by a being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting between different alien species. Less than welcome, children of Earth, greater than it communicated directly into their minds. Less than to prove your worth, you must navigate the time streams and prevent a cosmic catastrophe greater than before they could react, reality warped around them. They found themselves hurtling through time and space, witnessing the birth and death of stars, the rise and fall of civilizations across the galaxy. "Focus," Sarah shouted over the cacophony of history unfolding around them. "We need to find the nexus point, the moment we can change." Dr. Tanaka's eyes widened as her quantum sensors went haywire. "There. A civilization is about to accidentally create a quantum singularity that will devour half the galaxy." Using her newfound abilities, Sarah anchored the team in that moment. They materialized on an alien world, its sky filled with massive floating cities. "We have minutes before they activate the device," Captain Okoi said, checking her tactical display. "I've got this," Dr. Reeves said confidently, approaching a group of alien scientists. To the team's amazement, he began communicating in perfect clicks and whistles. As Reeves engaged in rapid negotiation, Sarah and Dr. Tanaka worked to modify the alien device, their combined knowledge of quantum mechanics allowing them to avert disaster at the last second. Reality warped again, and they found themselves back on the nexus of epochs, the energy being regarded them with what seemed like approval. "Less than you have passed the first trial, greater than it communicated. Less than but greater challenges await. The cosmic crucible will test not just your knowledge and skills, but the very essence of what makes you human greater than." As they returned to the Quantum Voyager, the team's confidence was tempered by the realization of the monumental task ahead. They had passed one test, but the cosmic crucible had only just begun. "Where to next?" Captain Okoi asked, her hands hovering over the ship's controls. Sarah's eyes glowed with quantum energy as she interfaced with the ship's systems. A star map appeared, showing their next destination, a massive black hole surrounded by a swirling accretion disk of exotic matter. "The forge of creation," Sarah said, her voice filled with awe and determination. "Prepare yourselves, team. We're about to witness the birth of a universe." As the quantum voyager engaged its drive, hurtling towards their next impossible challenge, Earth watched with bated breath. Their fate, and the fate of countless civilizations across the cosmos, rested on the shoulders of these brave explorers. The cosmic crucible had begun, and humanity was determined to prove that they weren't just ready to join the galactic community, they were ready to lead it into a new age of discovery and cooperation. Little did they know that their greatest test and their greatest triumph still lay ahead, in the swirling chaos of the cosmic forge, where reality itself was born anew. The Singularity Nexus. The quantum voyager emerged from its quantum jump, the crew momentarily stunned by the sight before them. The forge of creation loomed ahead, a supermassive black hole unlike any ever recorded. Its accretion disk shimmered with colors beyond human comprehension, reality itself twisting at its edges. By all laws of physics, this shouldn't exist, Dr. Tanaka whispered, her instruments going haywire. Sarah Chen, her body now coursing with quantum energy, stepped forward. The laws of physics are more like guidelines here. This is where universes are born. A booming voice echoed through their minds, causing everyone but Sarah to wince in pain. Less than humans, you stand at the precipice of creation itself. Your trial is simple, yet infinitely complex. Navigate the Singularity Nexus and retrieve a spark of pure creation. With it, you must forge a new celestial body. Fail, and your universe will never have existed greater than Captain Okoi's hands tightened on the controls. No pressure, Ben. Sarah's eyes glowed with determination. RIA, scan for safe approach vectors. Yuki, prepare the quantum shields. Elias, see if you can decipher any patterns in the accretion disk's movements. We're going in. The quantum voyager plunged toward the black hole, its advanced shields straining against forces that could tear apart stars. Reality flickered around them. One moment, they were approaching the event horizon. The next, they were watching the birth of their own galaxy. The time dilation is off the charts. Dr. Tanaka shouted over the ship's groaning hull. We're experiencing past, present, and future simultaneously. Sarah stood at the center of the bridge, her body acting as a quantum anchor, keeping them tethered to their own timeline. There, she pointed to a swirling vortex of pure energy. The Singularity Nexus. Captain Okoi expertly maneuvered the ship through the chaos, her enhanced reflexes pushing the quantum voyager to its limits. They entered the vortex and suddenly, silence. They found themselves in a realm of pure white, empty save for floating equations and mathematical constants. Dr. Ree's eyes widened in awe. It's the underlying code of the universe. Aria's holographic form flickered, detecting multiple timeline convergences. Caution advised. Before they could react, the white void shattered like glass. They were assaulted by visions of possible futures, Earth destroyed by cosmic calamities, humanity ascending to godlike beings, civilizations rising and falling across countless worlds. Focus. Sarah's voice cut through the chaos. We need to find the spark of creation. Dr. Tanaka pointed to a pulsing singularity at the center of the maelstrom. There. But how do we contain it? Sarah stepped forward, her body glowing with intense energy. We don't. I'll absorb it. Sarah, no, Dr. Tanaka cried. The energy could tear you apart. But Sarah was already moving, her form blurring as she phased through the ship's hull. The crew watched in awe as she approached the singularity, her body becoming a conduit for forces beyond mortal comprehension. For a moment, Sarah Chen ceased to exist as a single entity. She became every possible version of herself across infinite timelines, and in that moment of cosmic awareness, she understood. With a flash of blinding light, they were back in normal space, the black hole looming behind them. Sarah reappeared on the bridge, her eyes swirling with the birth of stars. I've got it, she said, her voice echoing with the music of spheres. Now we create. The quantum voyager's main viewport became a canvas of cosmic art. Under Sarah's guidance, the crew worked in perfect harmony. Dr. Tanaka calculated gravitational forces, Captain Okoi plotted stellar movements, Dr. Reeves deciphered the language of creation itself, and AOIA processed data at unimaginable speeds. Together, they wove atoms into molecules, dust into planets, hydrogen into stars. A solar system took shape before their eyes, more perfect and stable than any naturally occurring one. At its center, a star burst into life, but this was no ordinary star. It pulsed with a rhythm, broadcasting a message of peace and unity to the cosmos in the purest language of mathematics. As the final pieces fell into place, a slow clap echoed through the bridge. They turned to see the energy being from the nexus of epochs watching them with what could only be described as pride. Less than impressive, humans. You have not only passed the trial but exceeded all expectations. Your creation will serve as a beacon of hope for eons to come. Greater than, the being waved its hand, and a shimmering portal appeared on the bridge. Less than the final trial awaits. Step through and face the galactic conclave. But be warned, the greatest challenge is often the one within. Greater than. As the crew prepared to step through, Sarah turned to her team, her eyes shining with the light of newborn stars. Whatever happens next, remember this moment. Remember that together, we touched the face of creation itself. We are no longer just explorers of the cosmos, we are its caretakers. With a shared look of determination, the crew of the Quantum Voyager stepped through the portal. They had rewritten the laws of physics, peered into the heart of creation, and forged a new celestial body. Now they would face the galactic conclave, ready to prove once and for all that humanity deserved its place among the stars. As the portal closed behind them, their newly created star pulsed in the viewport, a testament to human ingenuity and cosmic harmony. The universe itself seemed to hold its breath, awaiting the outcome of this final, crucial encounter. The fate of Earth, and perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. But for the crew of the Quantum Voyager, failure was not an option. They had come too far, seen too much, to turn back now. The final trial of the cosmic crucible was about to begin, and humanity was ready to show the galaxy what they were truly capable of. The Astral Tribunal. The portal dissolved around the crew of the Quantum Voyager, and they found themselves standing in a vast chamber that defied comprehension. The walls, if they could be called that, were composed of swirling galaxies and nebulae. The floor beneath their feet was a transparent surface showing the ebb and flow of cosmic energies. Before them stood the galactic conclave, an assembly of beings so diverse and alien that the human mind struggled to process their forms. Some were energy constructs, others were hive minds housed in crystalline structures, and still others seemed to phase in and out of reality itself. At the center of it all was a being of pure light, its voice resonating not just in their minds, but in the very fabric of space-time around them. Less than welcome, children of Earth, to the Astral Tribunal. You have passed the trials of the cosmic crucible, but the final test remains. Are you truly ready to join the ranks of cosmic guardians? Greater than. Sarah Chen stepped forward, her body still humming with the energy of creation. We are ready to face any challenge you set before us. The light being seemed to nod, though it had no discernible head. Less than very well. Your final trial is this. Show us the true essence of humanity. Prove to us why your species, out of countless others, deserves a place in the conclave. Greater than. The chamber fell silent. The crew exchanged glances, realizing the enormity of the task before them. How could they possibly sum up the entirety of human experience and potential in a single demonstration? Dr. Yuki Tanaka spoke up first. Our science, our constant quest for knowledge. She was cut off by a rumbling voice from one of the crystalline beings. Less than we have seen your science. It is impressive, but not unique. Greater than. Captain Zara Okoi stepped forward. Our bravery, our willingness to fight for what's right. A swirling cloud of sentient gas interrupted. Less than. Many species fight, Few truly understand why greater than Dr. Elias Reeves tried next. Our art, our culture, the beauty we create. Less than beauty is subjective, greater than came another voice. Less than and ephemeral, greater than. The crew fell silent, at a loss. How could they possibly convince these ancient, godlike beings of humanity's worth? It was AI, the AI construct, who finally broke the silence. "If I may," she said, her holographic form flickering slightly. "Perhaps instead of telling them, we should show them." Sarah's eyes lit up with understanding. "Of course. AOER, initiate the empathy protocol." Aroia's form expanded, enveloping the crew in a cocoon of light. To the astonishment of the conclave, the humans began to change. Their forms shifted, taking on aspects of each other and the alien beings around them. "This is humanity," Sarah's voice echoed, now a chorus of every human who had ever lived. "We are not defined by our achievements or our failures, but by our capacity to understand, to feel, to connect." Through AOIA's advanced quantum interface, amplified by Sarah's cosmic awareness, they began to broadcast the full spectrum of human experience directly into the minds of the conclave. They shared the joy of a child's first steps, the sorrow of losing a loved one, the exhilaration of scientific discovery, the passion of artistic creation. They showed war and peace, love and hate, the highest virtues and the darkest flaws. But more than that, they demonstrated humanity's unique ability to learn, to grow, to become more than the sum of their parts. They showed how humans could look at the stars and see not just celestial bodies, but possibilities. How they could face impossible odds and still hope, still dream, still reach for something greater. The astral tribunal chamber, filled with a symphony of human emotion and experience. Galaxies in the walls pulsed in time with 1 billion human heartbeats. The cosmic energies beneath their feet swirled in patterns mirroring the firing of synapses in the human brain. For a moment that stretched into eternity, the galactic conclave experienced what it truly meant to be human. When it was over, the crew of the Quantum Voyager stood transformed. They were no longer just individuals, but living embodiments of humanity's potential. The being of pure light approached them, its radiance dimmed in what seemed like humility. "Less than we have existed for eons, greater than it said, its voice softer now. Less than we have seen the rise and fall of countless civilizations. But never have we encountered a species with such capacity for growth, for change, for understanding greater than," the crystalline being chimed in, its facets reflecting the light of 1,000 suns. "Less than your empathy is a power unlike any we have seen. You do not simply observe the cosmos. You connect with it greater than." The swirling gas cloud expanded, its voice filled with wonder. "Less than you feel the universe not just with your minds, but with your hearts. This is unprecedented, greater than." One by one, the members of the galactic conclave voiced their approval. The chamber filled with a harmonious chorus of alien voices, all in agreement. "Less than humanity has proven itself worthy, greater than the light being declared. Less than not because you are perfect, but because you never stop striving to be better. Your seat in the conclave awaits you, greater than." As the words echoed through the chamber, reality itself seemed to shift. The crew found themselves back on the bridge of the Quantum Voyager, but they were changed. Each of them now carried within them a spark of cosmic awareness, a direct connection to the universe itself. Sarah Chen, now more radiant than ever, turned to her crew. "We did it," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "But this isn't the end, it's just the beginning." As if in response, the ship's sensors lit up. A new map of the galaxy appeared, showing wonders and dangers they had never imagined. Rifts in spacetime that needed mending, young civilizations in need of guidance, cosmic horrors that threatened the very fabric of reality. Captain Okoi grinned, her hands already moving over the controls. "Where to, Captain Chen?" Sarah looked out at the star-filled viewport, her eyes reflecting the infinite possibilities that lay before them. "Everywhere," she said. "We have a universe to explore, to protect, and to unite." As the Quantum Voyager engaged its drives, preparing to embark on a new era of cosmic adventure, the newly forged star they had created pulsed brightly. Its message of hope and unity spread across the galaxy, heralding the dawn of a new age. Humanity had taken its place among the stars, not as conquerors, but as guardians, explorers, and bridge builders. The cosmic crucible was over, but their greatest journey was just beginning. And as they set off into the unknown, the crew of the Quantum Voyager carried with them the hopes and dreams of every human who had ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what lay beyond. They were no longer just representatives of Earth. They were the embodiment of the human spirit, ready to face whatever the vast, wondrous, and terrifying universe had in store for them. The cosmos would never be the same again, and neither would humanity.